this video, I will take a look at how to use terminology in SDL Trados Studio. I can work with term bases during translation. I have already opened a document and attached a term base. Multiple term bases can be added to the project if you access the Project Term Base Settings dialog. From here, I can create new term bases using the same wizard and options as I would in SDL Multiterm. I can also remove term bases from the project or change search settings to fine-tune how terminology is used. The red bracket above the word photo printer indicates a term base match. In segment 2 of my open document, I have the term photo printer recognised in my source language and the term photo drucker in the target language. In segment 5 of my translation, I can see two known terms. If I want to take a look at their entries in the term base, I click Show Translations or type Ctrl-Shift-L, and the list of known terms is displayed in the target segment, allowing me to quickly insert the term. Also, Studio automatically provides me with suggested terms as I type. At any point in time, but especially after completing a translation, I can add new terms to my term base. I can go through a translated document and add them one by one. Let's see how this works. I double-click on the word location and its corresponding translated term. I click Add New Term to add the term to my term base and open the Term Base Viewer. I can click the arrow button to disable the auto-hide functionality and have the Term Base Viewer always visible while working with terminology. I now have the term location and its corresponding German translation added to the term base. I add a synonym to this entry. I also set statuses for these two terms. One is the preferred term and one is only approved. I can continue to add information to my term base depending on the way I set it up in Multiterm. All the fields that I have in my term base are available in Studio too. I click Save to make the two synonyms available for my translation. I can customize how the term recognition window displays this information. I want to see what is the preferred or approved term in the term recognition window, and not only in the term base viewer, which might be hidden. I click Hit List Settings to select which fields should be shown in addition to the source and target terms. I click Select Fields. I select the status checkbox in the target language tree and click OK. I can now decide what is the best term to use in my translation based on the status shown next to the terms. I can do basic term-based searching from Studio rather than having to switch to Multiterm. I go to the Term-Based Search tab and I can, for example, search for all the terms starting with photo, or for all the terms ending in printer. I can define the search parameters. I click on Project Term-Based Settings and go to Search Settings. There are different options that I can set up. I can enable to show the recognised terms with no available translation, which will display all the term-based entries that have a source term but not a target term. This is useful if I want to enter those target terms during translation as I go through segments. I can also enable the option to recognize two-letter terms. The search depth value can be increased when I have large term bases. When there are many repetitions of terms in the translation's text, multi-term stops recognizing them. I can set up the threshold for this.